Do you ever find yourself shying away from potential relationships due to fear of rejection? A question that resonates with more men than you might think. Fear of rejection is a common thread woven through the fabric of our society. It's a silent spectre that haunts many men, casting a shadow over their capacity to form and maintain intimate relationships. This fear is not unfounded, as rejection can feel like a personal failure, a blow to one's self-esteem. But let's peel back the layers of this fear. What we often find at its core is not just the fear of being turned down or dismissed, but a deeper fear of vulnerability, of exposing our true selves to another and being deemed unworthy. Our society plays a significant role in amplifying this fear. Men are often conditioned to be the strong, silent type, stoic, unemotional and invulnerable. We're taught to mask our emotions, to view displays of vulnerability as a sign of weakness. This societal pressure only serves to heighten the fear of rejection, making it harder to reach out, to form connections, to build relationships. Yet, it's important to remember that fear is not an inherent part of our identity. It's a learned response, a protective mechanism designed to shield us from potential pain. But what if we could shift our perspective? What if we could view rejection not as a personal failure, but as a stepping stone towards growth, a learning opportunity? We all face rejection in different aspects of our lives, be it in our careers, friendships, or romantic relationships. But it's crucial to understand that rejection doesn't define us. It doesn't diminish our worth or our ability to connect with others. It's simply a part of life, a part of the human experience. So let's start a conversation. Let's challenge the societal norms and expectations that fuel our fear. Let's encourage openness, vulnerability, and emotional expression. After all, these are the building blocks of any meaningful relationship. Rejection is a part of life, not an end to it. Remember, every no brings you one step closer to a yes. Ever felt like you're struggling to express your feelings? You're not alone. For many men, the societal norms and expectations often make it challenging to express emotions. We live in a society that has, for far too long, dictated that men should be stoic, always holding their feelings close to the chest. This, my friends, is a narrative we need to challenge. Let's consider it for a moment. Imagine a world where men are encouraged to express their emotions openly, without fear of judgment or ridicule. Doesn't that sound liberating? And yet, we often find ourselves trapped in a cycle of emotional suppression, a cycle that can be detrimental not only to our individual mental health, but also to the health of our relationships. Relationships, you see, are like gardens. They require constant nurturing, a steady supply of sunshine and rain, and most importantly, open communication. Emotional expression is a vital part of this communication. It allows us to connect with our partners on a deeper level, fostering a sense of intimacy and understanding that is crucial for a healthy relationship. But here's the catch. Expressing emotions is hard. It's like learning a new language, one that we weren't taught in school, one that we're often discouraged from speaking. It requires patience, understanding, and a willingness to be vulnerable. But let me assure you, the rewards of this journey are well worth the effort. Because at the end of the day, expressing emotions isn't about showing weakness. It's about showing strength. It's about having the courage to open up, to let others in, to be vulnerable. It's about breaking down the walls we've built around ourselves, allowing us to connect with others on a deeper, more intimate level. So, next time you find yourself struggling to express your feelings, remember this: emotions are not our enemies, they are our allies, our guides, our friends. They are what make us human, what make us real. And expressing them, that's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. Remember, expressing emotions is a strength, not a weakness. Wondering how to overcome your fear of rejection? Let's delve into some practical strategies that can help you navigate this journey. First off, cognitive reframing. This is a psychological technique that involves identifying and then disputing irrational or maladaptive thoughts. It's about changing the way you perceive an event, thus altering the emotional impact it has on you. When you notice thoughts that amplify your fear of rejection, like "I'm not good enough" or "they won't like me," challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought based on fact or assumption? This can help you see the situation from a different light, reducing the fear associated with it. Next, we have mindfulness. This is the practice of becoming fully engaged in the present moment. It's not about ignoring your fear, but acknowledging it without judgment. When fear of rejection creeps in, instead of trying to suppress it, observe it. What does it feel like? Where do you feel it in your body? By doing so, you're not giving power to the fear, but simply recognizing it as a part of your current experience. Self-compassion is another powerful tool. This involves treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd offer to a good friend. Instead of beating yourself up for feeling scared, remind yourself that fear is a part of the human experience. It's okay to feel scared. It's okay to not have it all figured out. Last, but definitely not least, self-love and acceptance. To overcome fear of rejection, you need to believe in your own worth. This means accepting yourself, flaws and all, and understanding that your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. When you love and accept yourself, the fear of rejection lessens, because you understand that your worth is not contingent on others' opinions. So there you have it. Cognitive reframing, mindfulness, self-compassion and self-love. 4 powerful strategies that can help you overcome your fear of rejection. Remember, it's a journey. Be patient with yourself. After all, courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Want to know how to express your emotions more effectively? Let's dive into the heart of the matter. Cultivating emotional expressiveness isn't about becoming someone you're not. It's about tapping into the richness of emotion that already exists within you. Let's start with the art of journaling. This isn't your typical Dear Diary scenario. Picture it more like a rendezvous with your inner self. Scribble down your thoughts, feelings and experiences, no matter how mundane or profound. This self-conversation can lead to incredible insights about your emotional landscape. Next, consider therapy. Now, I know what you're thinking. Therapy? Isn't that a little extreme? But hear me out. Therapy isn't just for those on the brink of a breakdown. It's for anyone who wants to understand themselves better, to navigate life's ups and downs, and yes, to become more emotionally expressive. It's like having a guide for the intricate maze of your psyche. But you don't always have to go it alone. Open communication is a vital technique. Whether it's a close friend, family member, or a romantic partner, sharing your emotional experiences with others can be liberating. It's like opening the windows to let fresh air into a stuffy room. The key here is to approach these conversations with honesty and a willingness to be seen, even in your most vulnerable moments. Vulnerability. It's a word that makes many of us instinctively recoil, but it's not the enemy, it's a powerful ally. Vulnerability is the birthplace of authentic emotional expression. It's the courage to strip away the armor, to reveal the human underneath. It's the daring to say, "This is me in all my messy, beautiful complexity." It's not about being weak or needy, it's about being real. It takes genuine strength to be open, to be vulnerable, to express your emotions openly and without fear of judgment. Remember, it's a journey, not a destination. It takes practice and patience, but the rewards are worth it. Because when we're able to express our emotions, we're able to connect more deeply with others and with ourselves. Openness, not hardness, leads to true strength. Embrace your emotions, express them, and watch your relationships flourish. Ready to embrace intimacy in your relationships? Let's take a moment to imagine the kind of connection you could cultivate if you dared to dive into the depths of true intimacy. It's not just about romantic relationships, but also about deepening your bonds with friends, family, and even yourself. Applying the strategies and techniques we've discussed might seem challenging at first, but remember, it's like learning to ride a bike. It might be scary in the beginning, filled with wobbles and maybe even a few falls, but once you get the hang of it, the ride becomes smoother, more enjoyable. Overcoming the fear of rejection is one of the most significant steps you can take towards embracing intimacy. It's not about not feeling the fear, it's about feeling the fear and doing it anyway. It's about understanding that rejection is not a reflection of your worth, but a part of life. With each experience, you become more resilient, more courageous, and more open to connection. Improving emotional expression is another crucial aspect of embracing intimacy. It's about being vulnerable, about letting your guard down and showing your true self. It's about saying, "This is who I am, with all my strengths and weaknesses." It's about accepting and loving yourself in all your human complexity and allowing others to do the same. The benefits of embracing intimacy are manifold. Deeper relationships lead to a sense of belonging, a feeling of being understood and valued for who you truly are. It improves mental health by reducing feelings of loneliness and isolation. It encourages empathy, compassion, and mutual respect. It fosters personal growth and self-awareness. Remember, every step towards intimacy, no matter how small, is a step towards a more fulfilling, more enriching life. Every conversation, every shared moment, every act of kindness brings you closer to a more authentic connection with yourself and others. Intimacy is a journey, not a destination. Start your journey today.